good game in Artie's not around for Gary to rub it in his face.
Yeah, well, Artie is around. He's just not here.
So who's this girl with you today?
I did get to speak to her.
Did you? Who's
she? Not for long, you know, a short time. I kept trying to get through to him. It wasn't the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah, I know.
2 weeks so far.
2 weeks so far.
Yeah. And then I almost didn't get through again, and then somebody went and got him, and blah, blah, blah. It was a whole thing.
Too early yet.
What do you mean?
So I did get to speak to him, but I can't tell you it was an easy conversation. That's for sure.
No.
I'd say to Artie, I was going to sit and tell you all my troubles. I figured maybe
that's not the right.
he did chuckle at that a little bit, but Artie sounded down.
2 dates so far.
Fred and I went to see him last week, and I said, "You getting much news in here?"
Have you held their hands?
I said, "I got bad news for you. That's why I go to the Giants and the Super Bowl."
Well, I don't know. I tried to talk, but you end up sort of not really talking about what happened. There's this big question mark in the room. And
there's an elephant in the room that nobody's mentioning.
Like you want to just go, Artie, what the hell did you do? What are you doing? What are you thinking? But you can't say that because I don't know what kind of shape he's in.
Right, you don't find out.
No, I'm not lying.
You don't know what to say. That's why there's professionals for this kind of thing, because you don't know what to do.
Gary was telling me that when he and Fred visited,
when he called you, said, what did he say?
They just started talking to each other. They just
Well, you try to throw a couple of, softballs to his direction. We did. I said, Artie, listen. I go, he was just listening. Fred and I are talking. And I said, listen, let us know if we're bothering you guys, because Fred and I can go on forever. You know that, right? I go, no, it's all right, it's all right. I said, Fred would talk, and I would talk, and we were trying to bring Artie in, but Fred and I could have stayed there for 3 hours talking.
Yeah, well, I could have used Fred or you on the phone because Artie and I ran out of shit to say in 3 seconds. I know. Well, I said to him, hey, I'd like to come visit you. How do you feel?
Did you guys kiss goodnight?
It's not the best place for you right now. What?
Sarah, this isn't really your girlfriend. This is a very pretty girl that you went out with once to the diner.
I don't think you want to be busy. But
What kind of medication they got on?
I don't know. I didn't know what was going on. No, that's not my business.
Well, we went to the bar and there was other people.
It's just so sad. It just sucks.
It was just everybody went to the bar.
Right.
Could you really classify this as your
I was
girlfriend?
just like, I wish I could have said something. But
Can you?
Yeah, you search yourself for what was the right thing to say, or what was the what could I have been able to say that would have made a difference?
And then you find out there really is like no magic potion you can do.
So you just say stuff like, hey, Artie, I love you. I hope everything's okay with you in the future. And I hope you get the help.
His girlfriend. He went out on a date with her once 2 weeks ago. He never kissed her.
Everybody's pulling for you. Something like that.
I said to her, I said, you're sort of cute.
All the
Why do you need to?
the
She was set up on a blind date.
I whipped out every cliche on that phone call. Like, hey, stitching time saves 9. Everything.
Early bird catches the worm. I'll tell you, it was difficult. It was difficult to talk to a person. I can't imagine on a phone call because Fred and I talked for periods of time where he just didn't say anything.
Yeah, like I tried. Like I go, I've been trying to reach you. I left messages. I don't know if you got.
She probably thinks she's okay. They haven't kissed. They haven't done anything. They went to a bar a
what?
couple of days later with a bunch of people.
No.
And I said, can you really classify this as your girlfriend?
He really is.
And she says, yeah. Then I asked if they would kiss. If Howard asked them to kiss, and she's not going to kiss him.
Right.
Well, it's not like there's posters on the wall.
But you can say to him, like, where do you jerk off in this room? I said to so it's funny because I called over there, and the first thing he gets on the phone, I go, Artie, you didn't hot girls at that place? And he goes,
the crazy girls are the best.
Well, you know what? When in Rome.
He's drugged. I will tell you, it was sort of weird because Fred and I went. We were there. We weren't sure how long to stay, what to do, and everything. And I think Artie, part of it is he's not really up for being social. Part of it is he might be a little embarrassed, but we weren't sure when to leave, and Artie sort of got up and he put his arm around me and goes, well, thanks for coming. He sort of pushed me towards the
Right.
Goodness, he gave you an
He waited and said, could you leave?
But don't come in when you're going to ruin for yourself. Come in and have something good.
Yeah, next time come when you can't stay
This
so
isn't
long.
your girlfriend.
Well, you don't know what it is at this point psychologically. What's going like this? You want?
We already interviewed her. Gary, what happened?
You don't know.
He didn't want to be here, and now he's here, and you guys are there.
I don't think he wants to see people, but I think it's probably better if he does. They went out once to a diner. If he doesn't, he just bought some hamburgers.
Yeah, but he has people. That's
Nothing happened.
Yeah, but they can't be there when I second time.
It was a bunch of friends met at a bar. He was one of the friends.
I know Colin.
And what is your first name?
Yeah.
That apparently made him a little happy.
Well, the night I was there,
Yeah. And you went out.
Yeah, maybe
I think he goes for the food.
Maybe I could go with Colin. I need a partner to.
You need a wingman.
Well, it's like doing the radio show. I need Robin at my side. I need someone at my side.
You guys should walk over microphones.
Yeah, right.
Even though they don't work.
Just do a show.
Special broadcast.
Yeah,
How many people have you gone
I
out
think
with?
Artie would be more
Reality is
depressing.
funny. You don't have to
You know,
make
the
up
funny
stuff.
thing, my relationship
Your
with
life
Artie
is
is
pathetic.
Howard, this is my girlfriend.
99.9% of my relationship with Artie
not
has always
interesting.
taken place on the
She
air.
just wanted to be on the show. You'll never
And,
see her again
when
after
we're-
today.
I will see her again.
When you're not on
kiss
the
you.
air.
When we're not on the air, it's
You know,
rather
this reminds me of
awkward.
Howard, the
Yeah.
early days of
It's never
Fred the
been
Elephant Boy.
one where we
all
sit
these
and
people
talk
used to
about
use him to
anything.
get on the air.
Right.
Right. Like
I've
all
had
these
Artie
girls
out to my
people
home
use
and
him
things
to
like
get
that,
on the air.
and when we do it,
Yeah, I mean, it's sad.
it's
Why are you
fine. I
taking
mean, we have a nice
advantage of
time
that?
and we like each other,
take
but
advantage of people.
I think this is my fault
Eric
more
is
than
not your
anybody.
boyfriend,
There's
I bet.
nothing really substantial that is ever
Your
said.
boyfriend and girlfriend.
I don't
Go
think
ahead
that's
and
your
kiss her
fault.
then.
I really
Yeah.
don't
Why
because
wouldn't she wanna
I
kiss
said
you?
something to Artie on the air once early
Look
on,
at
and
you.
she got sort of
Because
mad
she's
at it.
repulsed by it.
But I always thought that Artie was one of those
Oh,
guys
yeah, that's
that when
some
you went
chick.
to
Did you
the
see her
party,
recoil?
when I first met him,
I
I'm
give
like,
more
I can't
kissing
wait
to my
to hang out with
grandmother
Artie.
than that.
You
And when you
kiss
got to
him
the
harder
party,
than that.
Howard, did you
He
see
was
you found out
making
Artie's
hair.
not
Yeah,
really
she
into
moved back.
hanging
You're not
out.
attracted to
And
him.
I'm not
I
saying he's
didn't.
socially
You're not
awkward, but he's
attracted to
not
him
the
either.
guy you
Well,
think
what do
he
you
is.
think
He's
of
sort
me,
of more
seriously?
introverted.
I
But
think
you
he's
get the impression
think he's cute?
going to a party with Artie might be the most fun ever.
Yeah,
We
I
did
made
that
it.
3 or
Yeah,
4
where do you go to
times
school?
before we realized it.
Yeah, I
for a
mean,
living?
like people
I
do
work
this
for
with me.
financial
They go,
firm.
"Oh my
Yes,
God!"
sir.
Like they
And
hear
that's
like
what
on
you
the
want
air, I'm
high-pitched
going somewhere, and they go,
Eric,
"Oh,
this
we
is
want to go with you. It must be
Right.
so much fun."
Why?
Because I want to have you on the show when
Mistakenly,
there's something
people think
legitimate
that
going on. I'm not interested in
when
that.
you're the life of the party on the
This is
radio,
your
you must be a
girlfriend, I'm
lot
telling
of
you.
fun in
That
real
you're going
life.
to be like this all day long.
Yeah, now I made that mistake with
It's
Artie.
like you
I
can't
was
get a
like,
girl, and
"Gee,
now you bring in
Artie
some
must be
friend."
nuts to
She's not
hang
a
out.
friend.
This is
She's
going to be
doing
so much fun because Artie's so
anything,
funny.
right?
and he's
She's my
always-
girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then
And when
you
you
go
plan
somewhere
on
with Artie,
kissing
and
her,
Artie's just
she's
kind
your
of
girlfriend.
quiet.
Nursing
Usually
Nursing a
girlfriend
drink,
kills you.
and just kind of sits there and doesn't really say much.
Dude,
And then
this
you
is
go,
pathetic.
"Gee,"
Melissa, what are you getting
I
besides
can't believe I
airtime?
fell for
What
it
are you
because
giving you? You wanna
people say the
promote
same thing to
something,
me.
or is he paying
I'm
you?
No, we
awful
went
to
out
hang
and had
out
a
with.
good
Yeah,
time.
but we
Boring.
thought, okay,
What
well,
is
the
it?
first
How
time
did
it was
you
like,
meet?
well,
I'm just
maybe
so
he's just
pissed
not
off at
used to
Eric
being
because-
around us.
Right.
The
He
second
swore
time,
to
the
me,
same
Gary,
thing
we
happens.
had him on the phone.
After
He
about the
swore
third
this
time,
was
we're
his
like,
girlfriend.
Artie's
I said,
just
Eric,
not that
if you're lying,
guy.
you're never on
You
the
know,
show again.
when I first moved up to
I mean,
Connecticut,
even when we
one of my
told him,
neighbors
if
who
you're
I've become
lying,
very
never
good
on the
friends with
show
told me
ever
this
again. I think we should
recently.
ban him.
But he'd
They
already
thought
done
for
it.
Should be banned
sure
now.
Well, you guys
that
hate
they said they kept
hype,
waiting
Gary.
for a
He
limo to
calls
pull up with
100
you and
times a day. He
strippers.
faxes like
I
you
swear to
wouldn't
God,
believe. And he
they
writes
thought
in this like scary
they thought a
retard
limo
scroll
was
that you
going to pull up
barely
with you
read.
and some
Right.
And he's
strippers.
always
That's what
trying a
they
different
and they
angle. Like,
who said
I'm
this?
worried
One of my
about the
neighbors.
black man dead.
That
Always
when I moved
something
in
like
across
that.
the street.
Did like I
So we
travel
get him
like
on
I'm
the
in
air. This
Pepper.
time,
But that's what they
and
thought.
it's been plenty of times. This time I said,
Yeah, but
Eric,
Howard, don't you
if you're
think it's
lying,
just
you
because,
would never
like,
have
when
you on
you
again.
guys
I'm
hang
not
out,
lying.
And
His drug is
And
airtime.
here's what's going on, Howard. We've reduced his
Yeah,
drug
and,
because
you know,
now
nobody's
they banned
really
him from
on.
doing
But I'm
all
just
those other
saying that
wacky
we
radio
never,
shows
like,
he used to do.
Yeah.
Artie
This
and I
is
spent the whole
only show he can get on,
weekend in the
isn't it?
house.
Yeah,
And
So he's got to get on the show
You
a
know,
You
lot.
never really had a conversation.
well, it was weird. Artie didn't leave his,
So
get
they
out of
make
his
out.
room until about 2
I dressed
o'clock in
one
the
of those
afternoon.
guys.
And by the
told
time
you
he
this.
gets there, then you have to
Tongue
feed Artie. And then
Here they go.
Yeah, Artie gets up at 2 and Howard goes to bed at 9. So it's a very short window.
yeah, we were on really opposite schedules, so
Maybe that
it
is
never
his
worked out where you
girlfriend.
sat around and had conversation and things.
You know what? I take it
Yeah.
back.
Is
You're
there
looking
any kind of
nauseous.
pressure to
You know
be
that?
like funny
go to
or
second
talk
base right
about
now.
work or anything like that? Or
Nah,
We'll have full
That
sex.
kiss was a little nauseating.
no, I
wasn't
just
it?
find that
Not
every
at all.
time
They
you
had
have
like
There had to be some
people
amount
in
of
real
money
life,
that
it's
she
always
needed
pressure.
because she
You
did
have
it.
to sit there and
paid
talk
to
and
be
stuff.
here
So
today?
No, I make enough money.
I don't know.
Say I swear. Do you believe in Jesus
Well,
Christ?
anyway, hey, thanks.
You do. Say I
Yeah,
swear to the
I
Lord
just wanted
Jesus
to say,
Christ.
you
I
know,
was
a
not
lot
paid
of
to be
people
here today.
say, you know, when
I
people
swear to
do
the Lord
the kind
Jesus
of things
Christ,
that
I was
Artie
not
did,
paid to be here
they
today.
always want
I
to
swear
say
to the Lord Jesus
it's a
Christ,
cop out
I
or, you
pitched
know,
Eric's girlfriend.
it's.
I swear to the Lord Jesus Christ that I am high-pitched Eric's girlfriend.
So you've
it's
had
an easy
many
way out and all that,
relationships
but
like
it's
this
really
with
not. I
people
mean,
you
don't
don't kiss?
understand how much of a battle he's going through every day. He really
Some.
wants to
Hey,
do
Eric,
what
how
he
was that kiss?
Oh, man, that was the best.
Caught in the middle, but I just want to wish him the best of luck, and you guys are great, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, later. There seems to be some sort of expert on
couple. Is
suicidal
I don't know why
phone.
he has
You're a couple?
all that expertise.
He wanted to go, but he didn't really want to go.
Yeah,
It sounded like he really wanted to go. I mean, I don't know much about it,
the
but
police?
Yeah,
No,
I'd say
Who
that
cares?
pretty much.
All right, so you got a girlfriend. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, it sounds like you want to go to me.
yeah. He didn't sound like he was in the middle of
I didn't see
anything.
any questions.
Yeah.
There didn't seem to be any
You know,
doubt.
he's in love with being on the
What do we
radio.
have going
He
on
just
today? We
loves
have a
to get
couple
on
of
the
things
radio,
going
you know
on. Let's see. Miss Howard TV stopping
What do you do when you
by.
leave here, Art? Do you call all your friends and tell them you were on, or do you
we
take the
haven't
tapes and
had
play
an
them for
update
people?
on
Like,
Miss
what's the gig?
Howard,
what's the rush?
No, when
Miss
I
Howard
leave here,
Stern.
Miss Howard Stern?
let's say I'm
Yeah.
off from work.
She's coming in, I think.
Andrea.
But
I think, is Andrea coming in at some point? Gary, why do I feel like that's happening?
They tape it for me because I'm not home to tape it. They're still working on it. And so
What's
they
going
tape
on
it
with
for me.
her?
They give me a copy of it.
But do you go to work?
She was
do you
in
go
a
to work,
car
and does everybody
accident. I
know
she
that you're
recovered
high-pitch
from
Eric
her.
from the Howard
Oh,
Stern show?
everyone knows at work.
coming in to
that I'm
tell you
high-pitch
that.
And
Eric.
does everyone
All right,
high-five you on your appearance
What
and stuff?
happened with her?
Sometimes.
Everyone was kind of anxious to hear what happened.
She's doing really well.
Yeah.
She's not drinking anymore.
Right.
She's kind of fully healed.
Are you a virgin?
Yeah.
I know I hypercharge.
And she's trying to figure out a way to get up here, but she sounds good. She sounds actually more normal than I've ever heard her.
Wow.
But
when will you do
I think things are going well.
I guess that was a good wake-up call.
Finally, that's what it takes. Almost losing your brain on a highway.
All right.
Well, that's legitimate.
Dates have they had?
So I thought mistakenly that she was actually booked to come in.
We went on the one, and then the second
Well,
one.
I hear that she's coming in, and then I hear she's not coming in. I get confused. I don't know.
Have you ever felt their hands are all wet?
See them, they're actually wet.
Yeah, I know.
And the other person I was thinking about was Jessica Hahn.
Right? They're dripping wet.
She called Howard. I don't know what's going on with her because she'll leave me messages. She called on your birthday, way after the show's over.
She's a nice looking girl.
She's very cute. What was it, Melissa? Was it the big
What's going on with her? I mean, I know her boyfriend,
What got you first?
Ron, died. That was a pretty sad time, and does she sound better now?
Nice eyes.
Well, she was going through some other stuff too, and I don't know. I have not spoken to her. She leaves me messages, and the messages say they have no number. I'm saying, you don't need to call me back.
I can't believe she looks at him and the only thing she sees is eyes.
Yeah, well, that's what girls see with me, too. I know the feeling.
There's your update. We know nothing about it.
I hate when girls go, you know what, you got nice hair and eyes.
I have
and
no
go,
answer.
There is no update. Our update is we have no update.
Cute ass.
Because how would you know?
Hold on, I have a big update.
All right, High Pitch Derek, so you did it. You got on the show again. I'm not banning Hypercharge from the show. I like Hypercharge.
She kissed him, so
yeah.
And by the way,
You're
if
kidding me.
High-Pitch David is
How do you
listening
know that?
to the show,
Yeah, I remember that, but I haven't.
Wait, Jessica Hahn is engaged to her former boyfriend, the guy who died's best friend?
Right, there's fighting word.
Here's what I know, Howard. Right after her,
So
the
this is it
boyfriend
for you,
died,
huh? You got a
Jessica
girlfriend.
was going through a lot of
Congratulations.
things, financial and fighting with the family. There was a guy who was calling me often as sort of her go-between.
Right. Want to answer that, Hypercharge?
But I didn't know that there was anything romantic going on between them.
But you're feeling like your
one of the
boyfriend girlfriend.
conversations
I understand
I
it.
had,
When you've never had one,
weird. It was almost
as soon as you get a
like
girl, you call your girl.
I guess after every day they say girlfriend.
maybe we should pay her
But you
to
feel
do
like
the
you're his
show.
girlfriend.
Oh.
Yes. And you're not seeing anyone else?
No.
I'm for that if we can find some money.
High Pitch Derek? Really?
Till they get to the door.
Sure, we'd
When's your
like to
next
pay.
date?
I'd like to pay the
When's your next
callers
date?
too. That's why I always hand out
Maybe this weekend?
$711.
Right.
Okay.
Well,
All
I
right, where you gonna
remember
go?
Lisa's
Don't know yet.
report
Don't know.
that
Time will
Jessica
tell.
had become engaged.
Too bad there isn't a
I
place to go
forgot
where
that.
everybody has a high
All right,
pitch
congratulations. Very nice.
And you'd have the deep
All right,
We
voice
just
there.
haven't heard from
Do you
her.
like the sound of his voice?
In
Do you
all
find
this
it
time,
sexy?
we always got calls from her.
All right, good.
There's
Okay,
your
well, there
update.
it is.
And you're in the financial. What do
Again,
you do
we
in
still
the
know
financial
nothing.
world?
Well, I can't really
Jessica had an unusual living situation. The guy who was her boyfriend, who was very successful, he was the guy who put Married with Children on the air, which he made a lot of money.
Hi, Howard.
And they were,
Hey, I have a,
they were in love, but they decided early on that he would just buy her a house. And she lived her separate life. This is perfect for you.
He set her up.
Yeah, he set her up. But she didn't have to live with him.
No.
So they had purely a romantic relationship. Like when he came over.
Oh, yeah, that's Robin.
She was happy. She had her house. She had her life. And then, they'd be a little bit romantic, and then he'd leave.
Right.
You could probably get a date
He
with her,
loved the
too.
arrangement. She loved
She
it.
sounds like she's lonely. It worked for them.
Kept things fresh.
Yeah.
You need a man
This
like
is
that.
what I need. Sounds like she's got a
I know it is
pretty
exactly what you
Well,
need.
she says she's in the finance area.
But you yourself
You
have said,
always think you know what I need.
well, you yourself have said, you're kind of happy on your own, but you can deal with having a great love in your life.
Pretty cute that you don't really
This guy
need to go
sounded
on
like he
blind
knew how to
dates.
negotiate that, give you your room, and also,
It's
also be loyal to you.
Just let me figure out
Could this girl have that much trouble that she needs Hypercharge?
Eric, on a blind date, what would you
You've been
do?
around long enough for me to realize you don't know what you need.
If the friend that said they were blind date is a good friend, how on earth could they
You
describe
kind of
Eric
do.
to you?
All right, look.
What would they have said?
You should have figured it out
What
already.
did your friend say?
Jessica Hahn is on the phone. Gary got a hold of it. We were just talking about you, wondering what
Had a
happened.
few hours to kill.
We miss you, and I'm worried about you because I haven't heard from you.
She said that her friend had a friend who needed a date, and would I be interested in going? And
The report was that
They said he was from the Howard Stern show.
last time we spoke to you.
Yeah, they said he was hyper jerk. So
Not the last time, but your boyfriend, of course.
What does he look like?
More than a boyfriend, almost a husband.
I kind of asked, but
and a
I
lifetime
don't really care.
companion.
Yeah, he died.
I've been on a lot of
And
dates. And
then you were kind of
some
lost,
cute guys are
which
real jerks, so.
is understandable.
You find Hypercharge to be sensitive.
And then we kind of didn't know what happened. And
You're on
then
the air.
Lisa G told us that you're now engaged.
Nobody there.
Yeah, I'm
Tony, go
engaged
ahead.
right now, but I was
Why'd you get that
took that
scumbag
Ron
off the
thing
air?
really hard.
Who are you talking to?
It's still hard to get over,
Right.
Hey, if anyone's a scumbag, you are.
Hey,
listen, I'll come down there and punch your lights out.
And, you think so?
Now, Frank is Ron's partner?
Like, do you?
Yeah, he worked with him.
Scumbag. Of course I know.
Like 23 years.
Scumbag.
You didn't know him?
Hey, is scumbag your favorite word?
I've known
You can't bother me, pal. You're a scumbag. You know
See, that happened to my aunt. My aunt was married for a million years to my uncle. They had, raised their kids and everything. They were old. She was old already. Husband dies.
Here's a high.
Who'd she marry? His brother. Because they were there for each other. He had lost his wife.
I've heard of those things with best friends or, close relatives, like they step in to support you and then a love affair.
Yeah, by the way, if I do drop dead at some point, which I don't plan on doing.
Who would you like to step in for Beth?
I would like none of my friends.
Leave Beth alone.
Well,
Don't comfort her at all.
Most of my friends are scumbags. I don't want them touching my wife. I don't want them comforting.
Why do you have scumbag friends?
Why? Because guys are scumbags.
You mean there is no such thing as a non-scumbag guy?
Yeah, of course. I don't trust any of them. She doesn't need any hugs. She doesn't need any emotional support from my maniac friends. And quite frankly, she's not looking for any of you.
How do you know?
And if you do put a move on her, because she's vulnerable at this point, I will fuck you up from the other side. Just really big time. I will come back and haunt your ass.
So you don't want her happy at all. She should remain a widow forever.
I will put a curse on anyone who messes with Beth when I am gone.
What if you don't know them? I mean, is it no man on earth should try to comfort Beth?
If it's a guy I don't know, fine.
That's his real voice, all right.
But it can't be anybody who listens to this show.
Let me put you through this shamanship.
Double A can't step in.
No.
Doesn't even help that.
No.
Wouldn't that be funny?
No. High pitch Eric.
Well, she
Eric the Midget. None of them can
like him. Obviously, she likes his fighting spirit.
Eric the Midget keeps trying to friend Beth on Facebook. I know how that kid rolls. I know exactly what
will
he's
step in.
Yeah, I mean, that would just be the
So you guys haven't been.
I'm not even sure how Ron feels about this guy stepping in on Frank.
Really? This is his best friend.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder how Ron feels about it. We have to contact a psychic.
I'd like to film that.
Ron, how do you feel? I'm going to fuck him up.
Get that John Edwards in here. We want to talk to Ron.
No, John Edwards will come in and go, he says he's very happy for Jessica.
Okay.
He wants her to find love, and he's so glad that Frank, and then meanwhile, Ron's up there going, fuck you!
We can program him to say what Ron will really say.
She's only been on one day.
Yeah, I'll slip him a few bucks to say what Ron's really thinking. No, I do not want Beth being happy when I go.
You're on the radio.
That's right. I want her to be miserable.
It's horrible to say.
Well, come on.
They sound like they're laughing.
I mean, what are my friends with their big cock is going to come step in?
Do you think she's lying? Do you think this
Oh
is really
my
her
God!
boyfriend?
I didn't realize how thick and full you were. Oh my goodness!
Right. Let's see, who could it be? Jimmy Kimmel?
Jimmy with his big thick cock.
Right, Ron, is there anything attractive
Jimmy
about
has a
picture?
girlfriend who he's very into. I'm not worried about it.
Sometimes they leave the woman they're with, as a matter of fact, in these
he's no Jimmy
situations.
Kahn.
I can see Benji stepping in. He's some sort of stud. He finds women at their most vulnerable.
Congratulations to
very
high-pitched
good
Eric.
at oral.
Here's
I
that
love
girlfriend. If he's
oral.
lying, that's even more pathetic.
I'm not lying.
And Michelle?
I'll rock your world.
Is it
No,
Michelle?
but honestly, the
Melissa,
thought of one of
congratulations on
my
being
friends
Mrs. High-Pitched Eric.
or like,
My
thank God I don't
mother was
have a
supposed to
brother
call in
or a
today.
business partner.
To wish me a happy birthday.
How old are
Well,
you?
sort of.
27.
Don.
Yeah, Don will step
Doesn't he
in.
look older than me?
Don has a
I
wife.
know. He looks real.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if Don stepped in, I'd be really pissed.
I don't know where she is.
But so anyway, so you found love with Frank. How did this all happen? Like he was there consoling you, I guess.
Anyway, congratulations to the two of you.
He loves Ron
All right?
too, so it was...
I don't think your
The
mother
two
called
of
in
you.
because he's on a plane to Greenland.
just day after day, just, talking to each other. But,
Hey guys,
it was,
so
he's like a cowboy.
so you guys are officially a couple, I guess.
And,
When's the next date?
Probably this weekend.
Probably this weekend.
What day?
What do you think you're gonna do? Why don't you ask
after,
Would you like to go out
about a
with me
year
on
or
Friday
so.
and Saturday?
When Ron died, was he single?
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm talking about this guy Frank.
Yeah.
He was single and he was Ron's business partner, but you say he's a stunt guy.
I think you are very pretty. I think you're the nicest girl in the world. I think you're the world's worst actress. I think you're so sweet. I just can't believe you were there. Like, I'm just not buying it.
Let me ask you a question. You're a sexy, very, very voluptuous woman. Do you,
but if you are a couple,
is it good advice for guys who can't get laid to sort of be around grieving women? Because that's a good time to meet them, to be there for them and prove to them what a good guy you are.
How soon do we think
I do. Like, I know if I was out in L.A. and I saw a grieving Jessica Hahn, I'd console her. I'd put some time in.
Yeah,
right. I mean,
put your arms around her.
Notice most guys don't sit there and put their arms around other guys who are grieving.
Yeah.
They pull them aside and they go, listen, suck it up. Pull yourself together, be a man.
Nobody became somebody's best friend at a funeral.
You know who probably gets laid the most? Guys at a funeral home who work there.
You think the guy who's working at the
That's
funeral?
right. Grave diggers. Maybe jump right in.
There was a good feeling? Was there time?
Well, first of all, he knew Robbie. Second of all, it seems like he was really there for you.
Yes. Yeah, he was.
Actually tried to slip the tongue in?
It's like
Or did you?
This is Ron's best friend, and then
It was a mutual
this is
tongue.
me. It's like
A
the
mutual
people
tongue
Ron
kiss.
chose to
All right. So do you hold his
Jessica,
hand? I mean, now that we
honestly,
find out that his
was
hands
it
are
awkward
real
the first
slimy
time
and
you
stuff?
and Frank made
Do you
love?
hold his hand at all?
Yeah.
I mean, how did that happen?
I mean,
Was it a plan?
When Ronnie was alive, were you attracted to Frank?
Not at all.
No.
You were not. You never thought of him that
So,
way.
guys, congratulations.
Thank you.
And
So I never really
hopefully
I never thought about it.
this will continue, and maybe you
It
guys
was
will have
awkward. It was
high-pitched
very
kids.
awkward.
Now,
Like it-
so when he's consoling you out there in L.A. and stuff, and you start, and then all of a sudden you start to realize, uh-oh, maybe there's feelings here. Do you feel guilty at first?
Yes, very.
Right. And
I'm
then,
very guilty.
so then did you confess to him you're thinking about making love to him? Like, how long did it take before you could actually start fucking around with the guy?
It was months.
Months. It's kind of hot.
Yeah. It was like tension was building, you know?
Right. And then what happened? I mean, this didn't happen the night of the
I
funeral.
mean, did
Let's
you
clear that up.
accidentally start making out?
No.
Like, were you at the funeral and all of a sudden he started holding your hand and then making out with you? Wouldn't it be great if Jessica was making out at the funeral?
You know, we forgot ourselves and started making out.
That's my kind of girl.
No, it was like 9 months, so.
Right, so
Yeah.
he would come over to the house and maybe do some chores or like that.
Right. And put things in order, help me put things in order, because I was really on my own. There was no one.
Right.
You know? And it just got, you know, like that tension starts building.
You know what this is like in Ghost when
That
Patrick,
other guy.
Yeah, the other guy almost kind of like got Demi Moore.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just like that.
Yeah, except Frank wasn't embezzling from the company.
And he didn't kill your husband.
Right, he didn't kill Ronnie.
Yeah, except
Right.
for that, those things, yeah.
And Whoopi Goldberg wasn't involved.
Right.
Right. So you see.
It was everything about Ghost except.
So Jessica, in other words, did you find yourself falling in love with Frank?
Yeah.
Right, but then you said, I can't fuck Frank because he's Ronnie's friend.
Right. It was very confusing. It still felt like Ronnie would walk in the door.
Right.
You know? So I had always had that feeling like, you know, I don't know, you know, you always felt like he was around.
Wouldn't it be weird, like, if Jessica, like, went to meet him, like, in Ghost, and then Jessica had to make out with Whoopi Goldberg in order to be with Ron
She's
again?
dancing with Whoopi?
She's dancing with Whoopi. You know what? I want to remake the movie Ghost with Jessica Hahn, Whoopi Goldberg, and Ronnie and Frank.
Right.
Be unbelievable. The Jessica Hahn story. Then she is making out with Whoopi Goldberg. Man, I remember when poor Demi Moore had to make out with. If I could ever interview Demi Moore, I'd say to her, did you just want to fucking quit show business when you had to make out with Whoopi Goldberg for the movie Ghost? She goes, yeah, that was pretty much it. I did a couple of movies after that, but I was sickened by the business.
Stop that.
Yeah, come on. That's a tough assignment. I don't care.
A lot of people have made out with Whoopi.
Jessica, would you make out with Whoopi if Ron was inside of her? Honestly.
Sure.
You would? Oh, all right. Well, then I'm wrong.
If I believed in that.
I thought you would have said, like, hey, I love Ronnie, but I'm not making out with Whoopi.
That's the line.
You know, I'd come back in somebody else's body like Brad Pitt's.
Yeah, that'd be a lot nicer.
Yeah, I mean, could you imagine that when they approached Demi Moore to do that movie? They were like, Demi, you're going to be making out with Patrick Swayze, this new hot young actor. Maybe you saw him in,
Dirty
Dancing. Except he's being played by Whoopi Goldberg.
He's going to get killed off really early.
Yeah, so you'll be making out with Whoopi most of the time.
And he's going to be inside Whoopi.
Great. Well, that sounds good.
Yeah.
So then you wait all these months. You find yourself slowly falling in love with Frank. And then I guess there's a big kiss, but does he give you the sausage the same night he kisses you, or do you hold off on that too?
It's kind of like it was like I was feeling guilty, you know what I mean? And then kind of happened soon after.
Right. In other words, once you started kissing, the floodgates were open.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
So he gave you the sausage the first night he kissed you, or like after months and months and months of the build-up?
Pretty much.
Wow. And when he gave you the sausage, were you like, oh,
nice way to put it.
Yeah, did you? Well, I want to be, I realize we're dealing with a delicate subject. Trying to be respectful to Ron and you and the situation and Frank. So when Frank gives you the sausage, were you like, oh, did you feel Ronnie's presence?
Oh, God.
Like, did you, yeah. Was it tough on you?
No, it was confusing and everything. But it was really nice, too.
Wow. You see, that's my worst fear.
Yeah, that's like breaking the seal.
I think by nice you mean Frank has a bigger sausage than Ronnie.
Stop it.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Poor Ronnie.
Stop it. No, it was good. It was just, there's a lot of confusion and, but it was nice.
I love confusion.
But it was just very odd because, again, you always feel like Ronnie's right there.
Wouldn't it be a great story if, turned out like Ronnie didn't die, like it was all like a big confusion at the hospital, and it turns out Ronnie was shipped off to like South America, and he finally gets back, and then all of a sudden he walks in and Frank is now bonded.
Well, that's that movie Brothers, right?
Right. What would you do, Jessica, if Ronnie suddenly came back, like Jesus himself?
Right.
And he said, "Look, Jessica,
and you're not married. You're still available.
You have to decide. It's either me or Frank."
I would say Ronnie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, Frank's got to live with that.
Poor Frank. I'm feeling bad for Frank. Wow. Oh, that's awful. From now on, when you answer that question between us, go with the guy who's alive.
Live guy.
Yeah, right.
Oh, okay. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
You're supposed to do that. I mean, even if you feel any other thing, Ronnie must have been bigger. All right, let's suppose Ronnie comes back, but he's slightly decomposed, and then you have a choice.
Yes, like Pet Cemetery. There's something wrong with him.
Right. It's not quite Ronnie.
Let's go with Frank.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm happy for you.
Oh, thanks, honey.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, you sound good. I was worried.
Jessica was in a real bad place. She's a sweetheart. She really is. And I bet you this guy Frank's a good guy.
Yeah, he's real sweet.
All right. Well,
he's really good, and I missed you guys so much. I just, after not calling for so long, I felt fun calling,
Really?
Don't ever feel funny.
We haven't heard from Jessica. It keeps running. And
I'm glad that sweet little vagina is getting some work out, because what the hell, what a waste.
Well, what's the setup now? She never lived with anybody.
Are you going to live with Frank?
Yeah, that's strange. Yeah, that's strange.
You're living with Frank?
Yeah.
You don't like that, or what?
I don't know. I liked it the other way, too.
Right. Did you say to Frank, can't you just, live in your own house?
Can't you get another place?
Can't we get married and, you live in your place and I'll live in my place?
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah.
But it's nice, too. It just feels safe and everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
glad you're doing well. All right, baby.
All right, I love you guys.
Love you.
We love you.
Mark.
All right, and thank you, and congratulations on your engagement.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, Robin.
So.
Bye-bye.
Right. Bye, Jessica.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Jessica Hahn. She's doing okay.
Yeah, that makes me feel better. Now I can relax.
Yeah. Now you can relax. You were really uptight for quite a period.